Hey guys, and welcome to another art video. I have the habit of starting new sketchbooks without finishing them, and I think this is just an artist thing, keeping these abandoned sketchbooks in one of our shelves and never touching them again. Or maybe you're one of those people who keep finishing sketchbook after sketchbook, and that's so impressive, it really is. Keeping track of all of your sketching progress and not feeling overwhelmed of all of those pages left. And that's basically what I want to try this week. I really want to finish a sketchbook within 7 days. If I look at my current sketchbooks, the main reason I don't finish them is obviously the size. It takes time to finish huge sketchbooks with a lot of pages, but also every one of my sketchbooks has a particular purpose. One is for urban sketching only, one is for sketching out my ideas, one is for painting with gouache, one is for my story, character designs, and so on and so forth. Okay, so how to approach this challenge? I think I'm gonna use one of my used sketchbooks where I just painted one page off and then forgot about it. So yeah, let's take one of them and finish it in 7 days. So this is actually another urban sketching sketchbook, and I've taken it with me one time and I somehow like my other one better, and it's been laying around ever since. It has 28 double pages I have to finish, meaning I have to sketch 4 pages a day, which sounds totally manageable. So yeah, that's it, and let's start. It's day 1 and I'm pressured. I only have to do 4 pages and I'm out of ideas already. I was thinking of doing some experiments or maybe some observational sketches, but I have no idea where to start. I have to think a bit. Okay, so since it's the first day, I want to start with some basic at-home urban sketching. I made a whole video on this, so if you're curious, you can check that out. Basically, I'm looking for pictures that remind me of a situation where I can calmly sketch without being there for real. And it's basically my go-to method whenever the weather's bad or I'm just too lazy to go anywhere, but I still want to sketch. So this is a basic scene of some people sitting in a cafe, talking, drinking coffee. And I always have my struggles with the first page. Every first page of mine turns out bad, and at this point I feel like dropping the whole sketchbook again, but this time I have to push through. I really don't like how it turned out, but the main reason I started this sketchbook thing was my insecurity with drawing things with fineliners without sketching anything beforehand. I'm really looking up to people that have the skill to just draw anything on the first try, and that's what I'm basically trying to practice bit by bit. I would say I'm okay with drawing backgrounds, but when it comes to drawing people, especially faces or very, very small anatomy of people in the background, it's really hard for me and I rarely like my results, so yeah, that's why I sketched mostly people on the first pages. I'm also a huge comic fan. You might have realized it already, but I often try to get a little bit of storytelling into the pictures. Not much, just like this guy, a server dropping his order and being frustrated. Just some little details to make the sketchbook more interesting, or maybe it's weird, I don't know yet. And of course, just like I said before, small people sketches, especially simplified sketches like these, are so hard for me. I really have to practice more of these. It's the second day and I really wanted to do something more story-like today because I have this little project on the side where I created some characters, made a little story, and I really wanted to see one of those characters in motion and make a little, let's call it mood comic. So let's see if it fits in this tiny sketchbook. So I flipped my sketchbook to have more space for paneling and also to try out a different perspective. I just wanted to paint an old abandoned area in some kind of city, and this character searching for something in particular. So just some panels of an open story with a bit of watercolor coloring.
and I was done after just 3 pictures. On day 3, I just wanted to try some experiments with color. I think everybody knows this technique where you put some paint or brush strokes on the paper and try to make a picture out of this. Sometimes it's a bit hard to get an idea what these random strokes could be, but it's always a fun exercise and I love putting much time into the details of it. So, surprise, it's a little comic again. Just someone trying to cook something, but I'm not a huge fan of how messy the brushstrokes look, so I try to reverse it on the next page to draw a picture and fill it with the red brushstrokes later on. And although I had some trouble with anatomy, I like it this way better. On the next page I wanted to get a close-up. I think I'm okay with drawing close-ups, it feels somehow easier. So yeah, I think I like this page a lot.
The sun came out. I think I'm gonna go to the post office today and also to the grocery store and maybe finish some sketches later because I have to catch up because of yesterday. So let's go. The idea to sketch something from the supermarket, like a little scene out of it, because I was filming a bit and then I made a photo and now I have a perfect reference picture for that.
Okay, so this is just a little supermarket scenario, basic page, and then I somehow went crazy. I was like, what if the vegetables are like alive and do not want to be eaten and run away from the cashier? And then I thought, this might need a close-up. And I don't know, it was just some random sketching. I made the pineapple the bad guy who eats all of the other vegetables. I honestly don't know, just random sketching. On day 4 I headed back and had to take the train. I wanted to sketch a bit and looked outside the window and basically sketched some things I saw there. I wasn't feeling comfortable to film my sketching progress there, but here are the pictures so far. I found it interesting because the view changes so much between my two places. So there was the Rhine River and fields and castles and old town, but also some like industrial areas and stuff. Also a bit of my surroundings on the train, of course. I had a pretty busy day and was tired, but I also was listening to a song and I had the idea to sketch something that fits the music I'm currently listening to. Like a concert scene, I also did the coloring as the last step, so let's just see how it turned out. On day 5, I went for a little walk at the Mainz custom port, doing a bit of real urban sketching. There was a lot under construction and I decided to sketch this excavator. There was a perfect spot for sitting down. The only downside was that it was quite cold, so I decided to finish the watercolor part at home and only do the sketching at this place. Next was this little port with the small boats on the side. There was music playing in the background. Such a nice atmosphere to sketch this little scene, especially with the sun. Also, there was this very symmetrical looking staircase with the water in front of it. I just loved the reflections and the details in the background. Also, so much space to sit down. We also went past some swans, which I made a photo of and sketched later at home, and also a photo of the Fastnachtsbrunnen in Mainz. I just thought it was interesting to look at. On day 6, I thought that there were so little pages left that I really wanted to finish the entire sketchbook on day 6. These are just some sketches that went through my mind, and yeah, they were a bit sloppy, but it didn't take too long and the whole sketchbook was finished. Okay, so here is the final result, the full finished sketchbook, and I can finally make a sketchbook tour. This is the best thing about it. Okay, let's start. I have to say that it was such a small sketchbook with little pages, but it was harder than I thought, especially coming up with ideas on these random days, but it somehow worked out. I like some pages of it and others I can't stand and don't want to look at, but this is just part of the progress. I wanted to show that not every page is gonna turn out as you like and not every sketch is as easily achieved. It's just part of the process, and it's also okay having sketches you don't like in a sketchbook. It will be fun seeing this in a year from now and see how much I improved my freehand sketching skills. So what do you think about this challenge? Do you have trouble finishing sketchbooks, or do you feel the need to finish a sketchbook before starting a new one? Maybe this challenge is something for you, because besides the whole creativity aspect, this was really fun, and maybe I do it again in another week. So thank you so much for watching. See you guys in my next video, and until next time. Bye!